Join me as I run the Run Disney Springtime Surprise 10-miler. You got a friend in me. 10-miler, here we go. Good morning from 3 a.m. This is my favorite outfit so far. My favorite character from Up is the balloons out in the house. The balloon house. I know it's not technically a character. I don't know, some might argue it is. I think it is. I love this dress so much. It actually has balloon-lined pockets. I don't know. Yep. Super, super cute. Oh, and look at these ears. Oh my gosh, they're too cute. So I'm heading out. Definitely bringing the poncho to the corral with me today because rain is very close on the radar. But 10-miler, gonna get through Hollywood Studios today for sure. I know it. I'm not gonna mess that up in my brain this time, but really looking forward to it. And just hoping no lightning, because lightning is not good. Rain we can do, lightning not so much. All right, let's go. Last pre-race parking lot chat for the season. It's very wet on the ground. It must have been pouring. It must have really been pouring, like, I don't know, an hour ago. But I've given the plastic bag is not only good to carry, so I can sit on it. And I have my poncho with me today. So, feeling as prepared as possible. Just did not have a wet butt in the corral. Anyway, it's even warmer today, so it'll all be good. I'm really looking forward to the course today. I'm really looking forward to running through Hollywood Studios and yeah, seeing all those sights because they're different than in other races of the season. But here we go. It's been blue every morning. Usually it's different colors. Go with blue. Just met, it's really dark. I just met Jennifer, thank you, and her husband Ben. Thank you for saying hello. They know friends of my brother, so small world, small world. Gonna head in.
Just a couple of seconds, but we got to check out the arm hair on Bo Peep. All right, just check out the arm hair on Bo Peep. That is something else, brother. Good for you. We love it.
All right, Bo Peep, time to get out of here with this group. Are you ready? All right, it goes like this. In 3, 2, 1, go!
today. Yay!
Just a little bit more. And then after that, you get one thing to look at, mark, and then it's like literally a walk in the park. You know what I'm saying?
In the rolling Osage Hills, and I rode my pinto pony at full gallop for my thrills.
Try not to get in this picture. Woo! We got a medal in a bag. In case you're curious, there's a med tent when you get out. Yay, we get the cooling towels today. So open for them yesterday. We'll take them. All right, we got our water. Gotta get our yellow.
Thank you.
Team yellow. The volunteers have come to Wish today. Thank you. And they're so nice. They like actually take the time to read the name off your bib, which is really nice. I mean, all the volunteers are great. I don't want to, dismiss anybody. Gotta go get our challenge medal. Look at this. Look at that. We got a challenge medal in a bag. Oh, he's so cute. These are so cute. The seagulls. I can't. It's too cute. All right, heading to usual exit chute, porta potties on your right, gear check on your left, and then you go through, get your pictures taken, get your beer if you do that sort of thing, whatever, and you exit. This is an oldie but goldie. He was on the course, so I'm gonna see. So people who like to socialize will hang out. Oh, there's Jogging Jack again, and like drink and eat and stuff. Hopefully you're feeling it. Yeah, people who like to socialize. Well, I'm heading out. These are definitely like chippy pedals, so I'm holding it so it doesn't clang and chip all the digital printing off. I'm going to, they have these, are these called stanchions? Something's called a stanchion, I don't know what, but they have them from the expo with the mileage, like the big numbers. They brought them. They did that for Princess too, and I'd never seen that do that before, so I'm so glad they did it again. I might try to snap a photo. Or maybe not if there's a lot of people. But such a good race. I love that distance. It's a good distance. Alright. These things. What do we call these? Just displays? I'm not sure. Let's see if I can ask somebody to take my picture. Can you guys see the finish line? Where am I looking? I think you can. I'm not sure. Anyway, heading back to the car. Such a good time. A nice person and I looked at each other in line for that thing and we're like, do you want to swap photos? So that worked out well. You're never really here alone when you're here by yourself. I just want to put that out there. And totally something you can do solo and still make lots of connections. Really how much connecting you want to do is based on you. People are here and willing and happy to share the Run Disney love, but they're also happy to let you do your own thing, and I think that's beautiful. So go back. I kind of have to boogie because I got a full day booked at Hollywood Studios. Thank you. And I got, for the first time ever, I'm going on rides with the Resistance. I'm very excited. I purchased a lightning lane for part of my races. Well, I'll talk to you about later, but I had to like stop at 7 to do all of my booking of things. And it like wouldn't connect my resort, so it wouldn't let me book the light. It's fine. I got the time I wanted anyway. I wanted to go later. So it's fine. But, yeah. Anyway, all that to say, I've got a lot more walking to do today. So when I get back, give you guys my full recap, get hydrated, quick stretch, night shower, full day ahead. And I will be vlogging that. That will be a separate video. So stay tuned. $64,000 question is, will there be anything different in the box? And the answer is, I feel like there's less in the box. Is that, am I remembering right? I've gotten a different honey stinger. Oh, I got another salted caramel one. Same, slightly different. Is it the same cheese just with different branding? I don't know. Did we get one more thing? I know we got the animal crackers on the 5K day. It's fine. The only thing I really ever eat is the pretzels. I will have like pretty soon because I'm actually really hungry. And this I save to put in my owner's locker for future race breakfast, corral breakfasts. So yeah, there it is, the goodie bag. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Do, 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 do. I don't actually know the words to this song. Well, you've got a friend in me. This is what's on the back. A little flower with Mickey in the middle. It's a spinner-ish. It's a mini spinner. Very, very cute. And it is that digital printing, so liable to scratch. But we earned it, and not only did we earn that, but we earned the challenge medal, which I don't know what happened to the ribbon of. Okay, I fixed it. Look at this. This is a big spinner, right? Nemo was the theme of the challenge. Toy Story was the theme of the 10 miler. So this was for all 19.3 miles, all 3 races. And my favorite part, mine, on the back. This is a full digital print medal, so it's already chipping, but it's all right. It's all right. I like it anyway. Just trying to keep the characters intact if we can. Oh my gosh, friends. We did it. We ran it. We did the dang thing. I am so ready for that shower. I cannot tell you. But first, we'll recap the race. It was really great. I knew I loved this course. It felt very, very, very similar to the 10 miler last year. Speaking of which, I was just curious. You know, I don't race for pace, but I'm just always curious what shakes out. And I ran this 10 miler race last year, which was my first, so this is my second 10 miler race. I ran it about 30 seconds faster this year, but I stopped for like 4 or 5-ish pictures. So I know that I'm getting, it's not that I'm getting faster, it's that I'm getting better at knowing my running self right now. And this is all subject to change, right? On any given day, your running self is different, but that feels like, I feel like really good about how I paced myself, how I fueled and hydrated. I've been working on that in my training, and that's come in really handy. I knew I was gonna be so sweaty today. I already sweat profusely anyway. I am a sweater. Some people just are, and some people are not. I am. Actually, I've been told by several doctors over the years that it's actually really good when your body sweats. I don't know if it's not good if your body doesn't, but it means that you're processing stuff. I just have to be really on top of my hydration, and that involves salt, especially when I'm running in such heat and humidity. It was very sticky. What does Runkeeper say? What does Runkeeper say for the weather today? 69 degrees, 95% humidity, no wind, 2 mile per hour wind. So very similar to yesterday. It felt, I don't know, it felt a little cooler somehow. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. It just felt that way. My heart rate was a little lower too, which usually means it's a little cooler because I tend to run at the same pace. I did bump back my run walk intervals just a little bit. I've been training in this last training cycle at a 1:35 run, 30-second walk, and I bumped it back to 1:30 run, 30-second walk, because I know that seems negligible, like 5 seconds, but it does add up. And it just gives a little bit more recovery. I did that because of the distance and the heat combined. And that was a good choice. Did I follow that the whole time through? No, but I did for the most part. There were times when I ran a little bit more after I'd been at like a character stop or in a long water stop where I was like fueling as well, which takes me longer, or like at 7 o'clock when I tried to get my lightning lanes for Hollywood Studios today. That took a while, and I was walking through that, so I ran a little bit more after that. But otherwise, I feel like it all kind of evened out. Like I said, I stopped a bunch. I really liked the course today. The first half is like all park. So let me pull up the map, and I will put it up for you so you can see it better. But started the usual start. We started the same start all weekend, which is nice because it didn't make us walk the mile and a half to where some of the races start on other weekends. But the first mile is kind of around the parking lot and the back lot of Epcot, and then you pop through just like, I feel like it was just like, was that yesterday or the 5K? We came in, well, through backstage, but then popped down through Mexico and went clockwise around World Showcase, except for when we got to just between Japan and Morocco. We went a little bit back lot there instead of going in front through France. I think it's probably just to add the mileage in. And then hit mile 2, right near the whatever that little bridge thing is called, and then up and over. Actually ran a little bit through the UK. I've been saying like we never run through it. We ran through it just a little bit and then kind of back again behind the Skyliner, down across where the Friendship launches, and then the International Gateway entrance of Epcot, and then over to the left and then down around the boardwalk, which I love doing, all the way past Jelly Rolls and then back along the International Squeezeway, that pathway that goes from the boardwalk to Hollywood Studios. And we entered Hollywood Studios from there. We did run up through, not quite the middle, but we ran past the entrance and like up the side. We do that a lot when we go to Hollywood Studios, but this is the one course where we actually get to run through quite a bit of Hollywood Studios, which is always very exciting. So we ran kind of up that, I wasn't really on Hollywood Boulevard, were we? A little bit on Hollywood Boulevard, and then kind of around where the big dinosaur statue is, and past Frozen and the Mickey Shorts Theater, and then kind of past where the Sci-Fi restaurant is, right, and Muppet Vision 3D. I'm hoping to go see that today. And then down through Galaxy's Edge. So that this is the only race that I know, at least that we've done since I've returned to runDisney in the last 2 years, that we do this. We run all the way through Galaxy's Edge and we run all the way through Toy Story Land. And that's really, really fun. I really, really enjoy that. That's such a fun loop. I stopped to take a picture. I took a really blurry, no, the blurry photo was at the entrance of Hollywood, but I took a little selfie with Buzz, the statue, but I actually stopped and took quite a few character photos along the way. I will try to pop them in strategically in this video so you can see how the pictures turned out. Then we kind of run back around to the front again, and that's where they were taking pictures. There was a pretty long line, so I didn't stop for that one, but they were taking pictures in front of the Chinese theater. I didn't grab a selfie there, but it's okay. And then we ran down Sunset Boulevard straight to the Tower of Terror. I did get a Tower of Terror photo. I had the PhotoPass take it, so hopefully it's not as blurry as when I take it myself. And I'm like, when I take my selfies, I look crazy on course. I'm not good at that. But alas, ran right around the Twilight Tower of Terror, Twilight Zone, the Tower of Terror. I don't know. I'm like reading the map and saying the things as I know them at the same time. And then we hit mile 5 right after we exit the park, and then the rest basically until mile 9. So for the next 4 miles was road. But I have found in pretty much every race that I've done in this season, so the last 4, events, miles 5 through, well, really more like miles 6 through 9 to 10, tend to be like a bit more, I don't want to say they're easy, but they're easier for me. I feel like I've already hit my stride, my heart rate has settled, I'm in a good groove. And even though there wasn't, we weren't running through a park, they did have characters and entertainment. I honestly didn't film a lot here because I was just, getting from 1 mile marker to the rest. But I think that's where I just get like really focused in a run. I don't know if that's the thing or not. It's just something that I'm noticing across the board of these races. And I'm not sure if this will continue on with next season, but it's just something I feel like, especially I notice it more in the half and the full marathons too. I mean, the longer races, obviously, because I'm actually going that far and then some. But the 10K I like that distance a lot, and I've called it my favorite race, but I don't know. 10 milers, given the 10K a run for its money on my top favorite mileage for a race. It's just kind of a little less common. I think 10 miler, you don't hear about that so much. Anyway, we ran on all road, lots of rampy, uneven things, but it was all good. And the ground was wet, but the only place it felt a little precarious was in Galaxy's Edge, because whatever the pavement they have there is a little slick when wet, but it was fine. I didn't see anybody fall. Hopefully nobody did. Right, so right before mile 9, we dipped back into the back lots of Epcot after running around all the roads to get back there, and kind of behind where Nemo and Friends is and the land, and down through where the Pixar Figment ride is. I did that ride yesterday. I hadn't done that in a long time. It was fun. And through that, and then back kind of around to whatever that, I don't know, they have the wall up for all the construction is. I don't know what to call this area, but basically where the we ran down to port of entry, but then back up the main thoroughfare and then back around through the usual exit as it has been, at least like I said, since I've been back. You know, you pass Creations and Connections, and you go through the area where Mission Space is, and Test Track is on your right, and then you've got your Jamators. I keep saying their name wrong. They were there and they're awesome. I cannot figure out how to say their name. And then back through the back lots behind where Guardians of the Galaxy is, and back to the finish line, which is technically in a parking lot. And that's all she wrote. Really, really good. I'm curious about my splits. I haven't looked at them. Yeah, pretty even across the board, even with all those stops. Obviously, I started a little faster, even though I went right into my intervals. But I think the first couple of miles, at least, I was running a little bit faster because I wanted to get a little bit ahead of the crowd. And I felt like the race actually thinned out pretty quickly. What do I want to say? You know, how many people were around. I felt like that. It thinned out much faster even than the 10K. Where, like, as soon as we get into Epcot, about mile 1, I felt like there was just a lot of space. Lots of photographers for the first part in Epcot and then in Hollywood Studios, and then they only put them in the parks. They don't put them on any of the other roads or in the back lots. But there weren't very many in the usual spots in Epcot when we returned to it until the end, like when we were leaving Mission Space, and they didn't even have them like coming through that where the Connections and Creations like overpasses where they usually have them. They had them down kind of past the Jamators or whatever they're called, Jaminators, and then one right before you get to the finish line, and then all the guys at the finish line. They're not all guys, but all the folks at the finish line taking pictures. But yeah, really good. I feel like I stayed really consistent. For fueling, I did a salt tab pretty early on. I think even like at the second water stop, and then I did a goo at the third water stop, and then a goo and a salt tab at the second to last water stop. I think that's what I did. Or maybe I did a goo at the second to last one and a salt tab at the last one. And the salt tabs really, those I just take when I feel like it's hot and I'm really sweating a lot, because when you sweat, you expel a lot of salt from your body, and that will dehydrate you. So that's why I pack those in my pocket always. So just had 2 today though. If it was longer, I would have done more. And I felt good. And the goo, like I said, fueling with goo in the race, I didn't pick up, they had sports beans on course. I didn't pick those up at all. It's helpful. And I find them, it's definitely the easiest to like physically consume and to digest. At least it has been for me. But I don't recommend starting with that. I recommend training with it. I mean, I don't recommend starting with it at a race. I recommend training with it leading up to a race. But like I said, I've been training with them this past training cycle, and so far so good. But I only like the caramel or coffee. No, well, coffee, yes. Caramel or chocolate flavors, because of the consistency. I can't do the consistency in any other flavor because it like freaks me out. But because the consistency is like caramel or chocolate sauce, it fits. But I always do those when I see a water station coming, and I know it's like the timing. I'm doing them about every 40 to 45 minutes. Whatever works out with the timing of the water station, because I don't carry any of my hydration on me. When I see the, hydration stop in sight, I'll do the goo and then down the water, and swish too. So make sure you swish, because you don't want that like stuck in your mouth. It's not good. But yeah, really good. I'm excited about this. So I know there is some, differing opinions on what constitutes a perfect runDisney season. Some people say you have to do all of the events in person, and some people say virtual counts. And I'm gonna say that I did my first perfect season, because I did not only the virtual series in the summer, but I did the Wine and Dine, which I had paid for and hoped to come in person, but I couldn't because I had a really important special family event that I just couldn't miss. But I did it. I put the miles in and I got the medals. So I did that virtually, and then I did all the rest, the marathon weekend, Princess weekend, and Springtime Surprise in person. Didn't go to Hong Kong, but I guess we're not counting that at this point. I would love to run Hong Kong, do the Run Disney in Hong Kong sometime, but it's not actually Run Disney. It's affiliated differently. So I guess it doesn't count, but whatever. I'm calling it a perfect season because I did it all. It's the first time I've ever done them all. I'm hoping to do another perfect season next year, starting with Wine and Dine in the fall, and I'm hoping to do them in person, God willing. We'll knock on wood for that, but if not, it's okay. This was really amazing. I don't think it's quite sunk in yet just how much I accomplished. Even saying that, I'm like, what did you accomplish? You ran some things, but I think it's 121 miles or something. I don't remember what the mileage is for all the races, but it's a lot. And I did them all. And not only that, but I stayed healthy. I didn't injure myself. That's the real win for me. That's my number one goal, is to cross those finish lines feeling healthy, strong, and happy. And I did on all of them, even the ones where I was on my own running virtually. I did that. And I'm really, 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 really proud of myself. You gotta give yourself credit where credit is due. I think that can be hard sometimes, and really give yourself props. So congrats to everybody who did the 10 miler this year, or any of the events this weekend, or any of the Run Disney events of the season. I would love to know, are you coming next year? Will I see you on course next year? I met so many of you. Thank you for taking the time to stop and say hello. Sometimes just a quick wave, sometimes, stop and chat and tell me a bit about your story, but that's one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, is getting to meet you. So thank you so much for that. And I just want to thank everybody who's left such supportive, sweet, and kind comments throughout this journey. I know it's been a lot of Run Disney content, and I know it's not for everybody, but I do so appreciate the ones of you who enjoy it and who watch it and enjoy watching it. Thank you so much for being here. Your support means the world to me. I hope it can in some way, shape, or form bring you joy at the very least, and a little entertainment, a little distraction from life maybe, and then at the most maybe help inspire you to go for something that you are dreaming of, whether it's running related or not. All we have is this life. This is all we have. This is it. So you gotta go for the things when you can, and push for them, and relish them when you are in them. And to me, honestly, the journey, all of the training, all of the getting ready, that's the real stuff of this. Crossing the finish lines is a very special feeling, but it wouldn't feel that special without all of the stuff leading up to it. And it definitely wouldn't feel as special if I wasn't sharing it with you. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. I feel really, really, really happy. And now I have to hurry up because I have to go to Hollywood Studios in 20 minutes and I need to take a shower. But thank you for joining me. We did it, you guys. We got all the medals. We're gonna stack them up. Here they are. We got them all. All right, friends, that's a wrap on Run Disney 2022-2023 season. I will be back for Wine and Dine, like I said, God willing, in the fall, in November. But until then, you can catch me doing other kinds of adventuring here on the channel if you're interested. And I can't wait to come back and do it all again with you. All right, take very good care. Wishing you many magical miles, happy running, and just big hugs and love to you. Thank you for watching. Take very good care. Bye.